Hi, this is Shane Reese and welcome to Silent Raw Outdoors. This week we're in northwest Montana and we're hound hunting. But before we get into the hunt, we're going to sit down with pro staffer Larry Anderson at his house with his son Briar, and we're going to sit there and we're going to talk about his dogs, how much energy and effort he puts into these dogs to make them efficient hunters. But not only that, to show you folks that these dogs just aren't hunting dogs, but they're family pets as well. Then we're going to get right into an awesome hound hunt where we're going to go after a monster bobcat, and it's one that only hound hunters dream of, a bobcat over 35 pounds. Unbelievable animal. I hope you enjoy the show. You're watching Silent Raw Outdoors. So what we want to do, folks, is we're going to talk to pro staffer Larry Anderson and Briar a little bit about the hound dogs, a little bit of history about them. We're going to talk about lineage. We're also going to talk about what it takes to actually produce quality hound dogs that are going to not only be proficient hunters, but also good family pets. And that's what these dogs are. They're not just hunting dogs, they're also family pets, and they're part of Larry and Jamie's family. So, Larry, let's talk about Rocky here, and most of your dogs. They're all blue tick hounds, and right. Let's talk about the lineage and some of the bloodlines that your dogs are.
Well, all our dogs come from Dennis Upson in northern Wisconsin. They all go back to the old Smoky River blood and some old Vaughn stock back in them. They're all line bred. Dennis has been breeding this line for nearly 40 years. So he's put his whole life into these dogs. And I feel pretty blessed to have a part of what he's done for 40 years.
Yeah. All right, then let's talk about line breeding, because a lot of people don't understand what that really means. And you have a lot of family dogs that you really don't know what breed of dog they are. They could be 5 or 6 different breeds. Now these dogs they're blue tick hounds, but they're a certain strain of blue tick hound. There's different strains, and so let's talk about line breeding and what that means in your dogs.
Well, on line breeding, you go back to same family members. You try to cross back into a grandfather granddaughter cross, and you keep the line fairly tight. Bringing other old Smoky River back into it at certain points. Try to keep the line as genetically tight as you can, yeah, without causing any defects or anything.
A lot of people don't understand that these dogs are just not hunting dogs, but they're family dogs. And I know you and your wife and Briar bottle feed some of these dogs. They're in the house all the time. If one gets hurt, they come into the house and not stuck outside and mend it up, but a little bit and say, okay, you get better. You guys literally take time and energy in making sure these dogs are as comfortable as they can be, yeah, and as healthy as they can be.
Every one of our puppies that we keep here, we raise them in the house, we potty train them, potty break. Every one of them is house broke. That makes for easier handling hound in the woods at home. And, and sometimes they run hard. They'll run a stop in their leg or something. They might need fixed up, healed up. So if they're house broke, they're just that much easier to tend to and take care of it in the house, in a nice, clean, warm, dry environment. I'm a firm believer in the more you love the dogs, the harder they hunt for you. I mean, these dogs, they just love to be loved, and they love to be good, and they love their jobs. And it's crying shame. A lot of hounds don't even know their name. They're just a tool.
Yeah.
But not in this household. They're not. For darn sure. Each and every one of them are a part of the family.
All right, folks. Well, we hope you're a little bit more educated on what it takes to produce hound dogs, real working hard house pet hound dogs like Larry's done. Now we're going to get into the hunt. What started off as a mountain lion hunt, bad conditions. So unfortunately, we didn't get a lion in the tree, but what we found was a monster bobcat. Let the dogs out, and what you're about to see, folks, is one of the largest bobcats I've ever seen in a tree. I hope you enjoy the show. You're watching Silent Raw Outdoors. Good stuff, man.
This segment of Silent Raw Outdoors is sponsored by Polaris.
All right, folks, so what we're trying to do is when you're mountain lion hunting, it's an all-night adventure. Leave at 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night when it gets dark here in the mountains. And then what you do is you drive around. These big tom lions, what they do is they move around at night. And so what we do is split up into 2 teams. Larry's in one truck, we're in another truck. And we're just driving all these backcountry roads. And then we're trying to find the lions moving. And lately these big toms that we've been finding really fresh tom tracks is usually between 4:30 and about 7 o'clock. And the wolves do the same thing, bobcats, same thing. They're nocturnal, they hunt mostly at night. And so it's one of these situations that if you're coming out mountain lion hunting or any of these predator hunts, be prepared for long, long nights, because it's brutal. I mean, we've been going for hours and hours. We got a bunch of Rut and Stewart energy drinks in ourselves, and we're locked, cocked, ready to rock, and hopefully we can cut a big lion. One of us will find a big lion track, and if not, what we're gonna do is try to find some wolf tracks too, or some bobcat. All right, folks, it's daylight, and unfortunately we didn't find any big lion tracks, but we did find a really huge bobcat track, and Lucas is itching to go shoot himself a bobcat. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the dogs ready, and we're gonna let the dogs go and see how quickly we can get this thing treated and then go try to find a lion. So, you ready to rock, Larry? Larry's ready, I'm ready. I just want to see the dogs, man. That's my favorite part of the time, is just listening to them dogs bark. So, well, let's get them out and get on the trail. Yeah, it's been a long night. Right in the box. It ain't gonna take long.
There you go.
All right, folks, what we did is we let the dogs out a little bit ago on a bobcat track, and went down the road a ways. Thought we cut a lion track, let the dogs out. It wasn't a lion, so we pulled them off of it. We think we got a bobcat treat up here. The dogs are baying at the tree, so. What we're trying to figure out is, looks like the dogs had the bobcat up in the tree, and by the time it took us to get over here, looks like that bobcat jumped. And the old timer, he's still after it, so they're trying to figure out where he's at. But that's what happens, these bobcats, you get them up in the tree too long and they always bail out on you.
Well,
We kind of started messing around a little bit. Getting greedy, that's all right. All right, no go. So what ended up happening is the dogs went down into the bottom, just so much track and then so little snow that the scent just got wiped away. So we're gonna head up to a new spot. So let's go, Daryl, get on in. Let's get up the road and see if we can find another one. All right, folks, drove up the road a little ways farther, and we cut a good tom track. So we're really excited. Really fresh track, and the thing with that up here, man, is there's so many bobcats, so many lions, and then you got the wolf issue. We just ran into a monster wolf track down the road, and you kind of get scared to run your dogs up in this part, just because there's so many wolves, and then wolves hear them dogs, and they come on the dead run. But this is a good lion track, so we're gonna let the dogs go, and I think it's a good one.
Let's see.
I think it is. I'm hoping we get on him. I like to see him in the tree.
You ready?
We're ready. Let him out. Here we go. I mean, and folks, it doesn't take long for these dogs to find these tracks.
Come on, homeboy.
Come on.
Come on, homeboy. Right here.
Man, hear that echo. Come on, boy. All right, well, we got up inside the mountain, and I actually cut another line track. There's 2 of them up here. But unfortunately, the snow is just so terrible. It doesn't hold the scent very good. So we pulled the dogs off. We're gonna head up the road, see if we can cut a fresher track. So it's just one of them things when you're hound hunting and you don't have really super good snow. Where we were early this morning, I mean, all night long we were in perfect snow, really deep. But now that we're down in the lower country trying to find these tracks, we're finding them, but they're just not worth running.
This segment of Silent Draw Outdoors is sponsored by Hoyt.
That's one thing of these bobcats lately, man, is they haven't been running very far. I mean, the minute the dogs get on them, there's a, 300-400 yard burst, and them cats are right up the tree. Which, I mean, in the years past, I mean, we've been 2-mile runs. Yeah. So it's just, you must be just getting lucky and getting ones with full bellies. Well, we're gonna go up, check this cat out. Larry's gonna, hopefully we'll get some good film on this thing, get him up in the tree, assess what he is, and Larry's gonna take the old 22 Magnum and put the first bobby on the ground. So let's get up there and get it done. All right, folks. As you can see, we treat a huge bobcat. Unfortunately, we don't get a lot of the chase on film, but there's just no way to. We set the dogs loose and went down in a huge canyon, came whipping around, crossed the road, and ended up coming up on the top. And we're probably only maybe 800 yards from the road up a huge steep embankment. And the cool thing is Briar, Larry's son's with us. Briar's a big integral part in the hounding with Larry, and to have him come along and get this on film is awesome. But this is a huge bobcat. It's not a blue face. What we try to look for is we wanted the coveted bobcats in this area, blue face. 1 out of every 100 cats are blue face cats. This one isn't, but this is a huge cat. I mean, this is one that you can hunt a lifetime and not shoot a size of this bobcat. He's probably pushing 35, maybe 40 pounds. He's a big one, really big. Larry, get in here, buddy. He's a big one now. Larry and I have been buds we're best friends. We've hunted together for years and years. And we just had a discussion. Larry shot a monster bobcat a few years ago. I had it life size. And he knows that I want one for my wall really bad. And so Larry and I just made a gentleman's thing that he's gonna let me shoot this bobcat, because technically this was gonna be his cat. I just came up here to film and hang out. But Larry's being gracious because it's a huge cat. I mean, it's a 35, maybe 40-pound bobcat, and it's one that I'd mount it in a heartbeat. It's not a blue face, but it's a beautiful bobcat. So Larry's gonna let me shoot, so I get to be the shooter. And so we're gonna sit here, get a game plan, and then get the old 22 mag out and get us a bobcat on the ground. So Larry Anderson, dude, he's a dooger. Oh, dude, he's really nice. Oh, you did awesome. Man alive, folks, if you've never hound hunted or been around hound hunting ever, you got to do it. Just the excitement these dogs have, and just the sheer athlete in these dogs is unbelievable. Daryl, you ready? Here it comes. Yeah, boy. That's a big bobcat.
That's a big bobcat. Stud, buddy.
That last shot was straight up and down.
Yeah, he hit him a little low that first one.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Because it looked like it hit the branch. So it looked like I hit it. Daryl?
Walk that pup down.
He's a big one, dude.
Dog.
Billy! Folks, I just shot the largest bobcat other than Larry's I've ever seen. Larry's bobcat was, I think, 48 pounds. This one's he's probably pushing 40. As he come out of the tree, he's big. So I'm stoked. I can't believe it, man. Let's go check him out, Daryl. This is called mountain man sledding.
I think you want to see the kitty.
I think so. Well, now Larry and Scott have taken the dogs, so we can actually have a little bit of peace, quiet, so we can talk and not have to talk over the dogs. But anyways, here's my bobcat, and folks, he's huge. I mean, this is one of the biggest bobcats I've seen, and have Larry, let me shoot this thing is, I mean, I'm ever indebted to him for this one, because Larry's with me when I shot my first big tom lion. I shot a 190-pound tom with him, and now I get to shoot 35 to 40-pound bobcat, which in these neck of the woods is giant. But if you can see, he's a really old cat, and how you can tell is you open up their mouth and you can see how worn down his teeth are. I mean, his canine teeth are almost completely gone. I mean, he's just old, big-time bruiser. I mean, look at them claws. I mean, that's just, if I can spread them apart here a little bit to show you. I mean, look at that thing. I mean, they're just like hypodermic needles, sharp as all get out. And that's the thing with these bobcats when they're really effective hunters. And a lot of people don't realize the bobcat will actually they just don't take down, squirrels and rabbits and stuff. These bobcats will actually bring down a deer as well. They jump on their back and they latch in with these hypodermic needle type claws, and they just start biting and suffocate the deer out. So to take a predator out of the woods is awesome. But to be able to do it with my buddies and with Briar with us, it's just amazing.
This segment of Silent Draw Outdoors with Shane Reese is brought to you by Carbon Express.
All right, folks, here he is, man, and he's 35 plus. He has to be. So we're gonna get him down. He stinks, so I'm gonna smell like a rank, musty old tom bobcat. But we're almost to the road. Got some blowdown to go through, so let's get out of here, get to the truck so we can actually take some nice pictures, and we'll sit down and reflect of what just happened, because that was kind of surreal. That's the quickest bobcat run I've ever been on a big cat like this. Oh. Right here? All right, buddy. They didn't say these bobcats lived in easy stuff, did they? Big bobcat.
Had a good race today.
Yeah.
Chased a bobcat all over this morning. Couldn't get one. Found a couple cats in about the worst country we have up here, northwest Montana. And I passed them up this morning and got a little bit greedy and brave, I guess. Dumped out late in the day, and dogs did a good job. A lot of work. Put this big bobby in a tree.
Exactly, and the thing with it is people don't realize that bobcats run. They're just not. I gotta set this thing down because he's big, but bobcats, they run. They're not like a lion will run and run, then finally eventually tree. Where a bobcat will go miles before it trees.
They like to play circles.
Yeah, and you gotta have good dogs. You gotta have fast dogs, and that's what you have.
Well, thanks, Shane. It was fun.
Dude, thank you, man. Silent Draw Outdoors, busting big bobbies. Yeah. Oh, you gotta love it, dude. You gotta love it. As you can see, folks, what an unbelievable experience we had in Northwest Montana. I got to harvest a bobcat of a lifetime, and to be able to do it with my good friends. Larry, as I said, he's like a brother to me. I've known him for years and years, and with Briar with us, I've known Briar since he was a little baby. And to be able to go out, listen to those dogs bay, and just watch the efficiency and just how good of hunters and how good of athletes they really are. And to be able to harvest this bobcat, I mean, I'm ever indebted to Larry for letting me harvest this thing. But I hope you understand, folks, more about the hound hunting and what these hound dogs really mean and what they're all about. I mean, they are efficient hunters, and without them, a lot of the things that we try to do as far as the hound hunting, we wouldn't be able to do. But to show what work and dedication it takes to make these dogs into the dogs that we have today, and the amount of time Larry spends is just unbelievable. So folks, I really hope you enjoyed the show. We had so much fun doing it, especially, as I said, just listening to them dogs. I love this time of the year. It's one of my favorite times. So I hope you enjoyed the show. We'll see you right here next week on Silent Draw Outdoors.
Closed captioning is provided by Guides Unlimited Network.
It's good stuff. Yep. All right, man, let's get out of here. Let's get back to the truck. Huge Bobby, buddy.
Huge.
Yeah! It's huge! Bobcat dance. Wah, wah, wah.
Additional sponsors of Silent Draw Outdoors are Trophy Taker, Black Gold Bow Sights, Tight Spot Quivers, Lakewood Products, Ripcord, Strut and Rut.